Klay Thompson is that dude. The guy gets 14 3-pointers and playing basically 14 seconds of basketball. As he ends the night with 52 points, like that's just ridiculous.
Dude, he took 5 dribbles the whole game. And
is that confirmed? Like I see that all of the internet,
I was thinking the same thing. I was wondering after the game ended, I was like, I have to know how many dribbles, but that was the number I kept seeing, 5. And honestly, I believe it. So
well, he did that thing. Was it against like Dallas a couple years ago? He had like 11 dribbles, but
yeah, when he had 60 points or something like that, he only had 11. But no, I mean it's just he played 3 quarters of basketball, and they were showing the highlights, and there was only one shot that they showed where he like dribbled and did a pull up 3. Other than that, it was just catch and shoot everything. So
Clay's the best spot up shooter in the history of the NBA. That's just a fact. Like the guy looked like fucking Jackie Moon. He looked like an old ass. He looked like the type of dude who shows up at the rec center to play pickup with you, and then just fucking schools everybody. And he's the best passer.
It's like Uncle Drew, like the Uncle Drew skit.
Legit. He like they just need to get him on that now. He doesn't need any makeup. Like he already looks like an old ass.
Well, he had that cut in his forehead.
Yeah, that's why I put it on. He had a cut, and then he put on the headband, and I mean, it was incredible, bro. I don't like watching Warriors basketball really, but when I saw he had 10 at half, I was like, I just have to watch this, and just like,
dude's probably high as a kite too. Like,
are you kidding me? It's so funny because I feel like we'll get into like the other Warriors too, but I feel like before each game, everyone's just like, all right, like who wants to go off tonight?
Who wants to play?
And Klay Thompson was like, all right, I'll do it against the Bulls tonight. And 14 threes, like that's just stupid. Like, that's actually just stupid.
Klay Thompson only has like 40 touches this whole season.
That's what makes him so like. That's what makes it so incredible. Like he doesn't need to like have the ball in his hands or like do dribble like to score that many points. Like it's
like Julian Edelman has more catches than Klay Thompson has. Like times he has the ball in his hand, and Julian Edelman just started playing football.
Dude, it's stupid. It's just stupid. That's the only thing I can say. It's
do you want to hear something more ridiculous though?
Tell me.
Do you want to know who leads the NBA in touches? If you'd asked me the same question last year, there's no way this person even crosses my mind. Like not even a blip.
Is it Melo?
Blake Griffin.
Oh, makes sense.
I think I did see that on Twitter. I mean, he had his 50-point game. I mean, if you think about it on that Pistons team, I mean, he's kind of coming back to superstardom, which is kind of cool to see. But yeah, I mean that is a weird player to have it, but I guess he's had a good start to the year, so I guess it makes sense.
He's really like opened the floor to himself lately. Like it's very interesting to see how much of a better shooter he is now. I do miss him just like fucking dunking on people though.
Yeah, no, I mean he's really evolved his game. Like he's kind of become like against the Celtics yesterday, even like he really has the ball in his hands a lot, and he kind of just like not runs the court, like runs the team, but like the offense really does flow through him. And I mean they're 4-2, so I mean it's worked to some aspect.
Yeah, 2 losses back to back against the Celtics too. So the better team, like the best team in the East, is the only team they lost to. Like they'll be fine. Anyways, if you got to this point, thanks for sticking around, and welcome to Benchwarmers Radio. It's the 3rd episode. We took last week off. Just stuff happened, so couldn't do it. Busy lives. We again are presented by We the People Sports. You can check them out at WTP Sports. Like always, we have myself, Tyler, Dante at Ty_Miller35 at Dante on deck, and then we got WTP's own, live from the middle urinal's own, Matt Hoffman. What's up, man?
Hey. Thank you for having me.
You want to plug anything?
Oh, fuck. I don't know. Go listen to Live from Middle Urinal. You'll probably hate it. It's very horrible. It's like the quality's gotten better, but the content.
The quantity's
it's just we just sound like idiots, and it just sounds better. That's pretty much the only thing.
That's all right. That's great content. That's what it is.
It's relatable, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But I am very happy to be here.
We're happy to have you on, man.
I've been wanting to get on this show since the moment it was announced. So this is
Yes,
fantastic.
let's lead off with that Kawhi laugh. Like that was the first time you were kind of like mentioned something. It's kind of old, but like I need to take on that Kawhi laugh.
Dude, Kawhi laughing is legitimately the funniest thing I've ever heard in my entire
Funniest
life.
or the scariest thing too?
It is hysterical. I mean, dude, just
You had that on deck.
That is glorious. That's the most genuine. It's so bad. But like the thing that people don't understand, what blew my mind about this is it comes out and people are like, oh my God, Kawhi has the most robotic laugh ever. Like this is ridiculous.
Water on him.
It's like, yo, Kawhi has been a robot since day one. Why is this shit shocking? Like I was just like, oh, that's just what he's like. Like this is fine. Like it was very normal to me.
People like want to hear more out of him, and then something finally comes out of his mouth, and everyone roasts him about
Just
it.
ruins him. Just buries the dude.
People are like, Kawhi, you're so robotic. I wish you opened up more. Man, I really would love to know more about you. And he's like, okay, I'll like laugh.
He shows some emotion.
Yeah,
Just shows some emotion and gets destroyed by everyone. Memes, everything. He tried. I mean, that's why. I mean, I guess he didn't hide himself from where he hid his laugh from the world. That's what it was. He didn't want anyone to hear it.
Well, and I mean, we got to thank him for it because like we got that round ball rock version of it, and
absolutely.
that is just that's like almost as good as that Fergie remix the Warriors did.
Oh my gosh, that was savage.
Both of those things bump, dude.
She's not even married to that guy anymore.
No,
like, it was just out of nowhere. Like this guy's remarried and everything. So it was kind of more like, I guess, like be a nice person type of thing. But that's not a thing with Draymond Green. Like,
well, it's like, what do you expect? You brought it up like when did that happen? Like almost a year ago or something like that.
Yeah, last All-Star break. Wait,
last All-Star break.
Someone on the Warriors make it, or did they just popularize it?
I don't know. I looked at the video and it said it was made like, I think it was made around that time it happened. So I have no idea. But
I think they just did it just to like stunt on him. But Fergie today like made a joke about it or something.
Yeah,
like
she didn't
care.
Well, it's like, let's be honest. Come on, she was awful. The way she was singing, like she had every right to get made fun of. Like you can't defend that.
No,
you can't defend that.
That shit sounded like me. Like
any of us could have shown up and sang better than that. That's not something anyone wants to hear.
No.
Did she like work that out? Like, and nobody on her like team is like, hey, this isn't great. Like, she doesn't have real friends if that's the case. Because like, if I was a famous singer, like making just like bop after bop, and I just tried to pull that, my friends would be like, buddy.
Yeah, you're right. That's an interesting point. Like, how'd that make it through rehearsals? Like nobody heard that.
I want to know, like, when it was over, if she like realized how bad it was. Like, I fucked up. Or if someone said something to her, like someone had to break it to her. And
she like a slow clap after.
Yeah, it's like there's no way she came off and was like, oh, you did great. Like, there's just no way. There's no way.
Oh my god.
All right. We can going off of the Warriors, we can start talking about the rest of the guys like Steph Curry.
Dude, hold on one sec. Some random party is going outside.
It's Halloween, bro.
Yeah, like there's some just random dude without a shirt on walking with it. He just knocked on my door. I've never seen this man in my life, and I opened it.
Halloween at wild.
Let me tell you.
This is gonna be the best part of the podcast, man. Yeah, this is fantastic.
Best episode so far.
Someone just hammered at my door. I'll be right back.
This just went from like an NBA podcast to like
we're talking about
dinner theater or something.
This is what happens when you come on. This is what happens when you get on here.
Oh my god!
No, it's all right. We got parties going on. We got my buddies playing zombies right in front of me. I'm kind of fixated on multiple things at once right now. This is fine. I'm having a great time right now.
Yeah, I'm glad you're like looking up too because I have like a monitor up here with all like my things on it that I can look up.
Oh yeah, no.
And I'm just constantly like, yeah, I'm gonna stare at this.
No, I don't even think I think we just do the audio now with iTunes, right, Ty?
For what?
For like when we make the episode, like when we put it out.
You can find it on iTunes. Yeah, I'm gonna make like video, content wise, just for like promo videos coming up. But anyways, now that that's done.
Yeah. So Steph Curry's an animal. I think like he's averaging 32.5 points per game right now. Like at the rate he's going, like I know
like
we're only
25 minutes to play too.
Yeah, I mean I know we're only like a few games into the year, not even 10 in, but like you it's hard to imagine him keeping it up. But if he does, which I mean he certainly can, he's gonna win MVP. There's just zero doubt in my mind that he'll win MVP if he keeps doing this.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'm not a huge Steph guy.
Like, I'm not either, but like just his shots, like the night that he hit all those threes, like he's pulling up from 40 feet, like it's incredible when you're shooting those shots and your coach like doesn't get mad at you because like those are good shots.
He encourages it. He legit is like that's a high percentage shot. For
the half court triple coverage is 99% going in, so just keep pulling it.
Yeah, I mean, why not? If it's working, like screw it. I mean, it's Steph Curry. Him and Klay Thompson, Kevin Durant are probably the only guys that have the green light to really shoot like that, to be quite honest with you.
That whole ensemble obviously is just ridiculous. And the fact that they added Boogie Cousins and they can sit him essentially until the playoffs. They're not going to, but they could
be fine.
Steph is playing better than he's ever played. Kevin Durant leads the league in 2-point field goals.
He's still a human.
It's not even fun. It's like it's so funny because the Celtics make all these fantastic moves and they develop this team.
Like
and now everyone's healthy, and I'm like, oh, it doesn't matter.
It really is unbelievable. It just shows that like the next best team, like I don't think can come close to beating them in the finals. Like even like especially with DeMarcus Cousins coming back, like they're doing this without like DeMarcus Cousins, who's a top 3 center when he's healthy. Like he won't. I don't think he'll get back to that when the time comes. But like he's still DeMarcus Cousins, and he's still a better upgrade than who they have at center now. So it's just ridiculous to think how stacked and how loaded. Like that team could be the best starting 5 in history. If like it really could be.
I'm honestly convinced they are the best starting 5.
Who would you compare them to?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe probably like Jordan, Pippen,
Rodman's team or something. But like, there's no. I don't think they had a 5. Like they had the 3, but they didn't have from
2, 3, 4
to center. Like they didn't. It's stupid.
They're all ridiculous. Like 5 Hall of Famers, which is crazy.
They all can shoot. Like Boogie Cousins, the 3rd, 4th splash, bro. Like Draymond Green's the only one.
This has to be the last year because Boogie's here for the ring, which is like I respect. Like whatever. Like if the Warriors gonna win anyways.
Didn't KD say he wanted to go to the Lakers like 3 days ago? Didn't he just like flat out like KD, yeah, I do that?
KD, he has nothing left to prove. Like they could just keep running this back, like if they really wanted to. Klay or Draymond, I bet one of them is going to get a absurd amount of money. I can see Draymond leaving before Klay simply because Klay gets that China money with all those endorsements he has there. So I'm like, and when you go to the Golden State Warriors, they have like all these West Coast investor guys and like technology guys just invest all your money. So like Boogie Cousins like $5 million salary right now is probably already at like $25 million without like they just put that into like Tesla or Apple or whatever. It's crazy. Like their stocks just crazy rise up. That's what KD was talking about, I think 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I mean, like Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, their contract's going to be up, and they're obviously at this point, like if they win this year, that's 4 rings for them, or is it 3, 4?
3 for KD, 4 for the Warriors.
Yeah, 4 for them. So it's like at that point, it's like you're gonna want to get your money. And Kevin Durant says he wants his max contract. Yeah. I think Kevin Durant will leave because he's got his 3 rings, and I think you have your rings.
People will like him for it too.
If you leave, I think he's gonna go down to LeBron. I think if he leaves, he's gonna go to the Knicks because I think he's gonna go to a team that's an up and coming team that he could go in there, become the star, and just like bring them to a championship. And if he does that, it doesn't have to be the Knicks, but just a team like that, like people would like him again, and that would just create a whole new legacy for him. And I think that's what he's gonna plan on doing at the next stage of his career.
That's the only Knicks rumor that has ever made sense to me.
I mean, I think it does make sense. I mean, they have the he wants the max. They have the money for him. He can play next to Kristaps when he's healthy. They got Frank Ntilikina, Tim Hardaway. They can get a good pick this year. Mitchell Robinson, who's going to be a monster. Like, they have a solid group of guys, and you put in Kevin Durant there, like, that could instantly become an Eastern Conference contender at least. And if the Warriors get broken up, who knows? Maybe a championship contender.
And you also have James Dolan. Like,
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think that if he left, I think that team would make the most sense. If he went to the Lakers, I don't know what he'd be thinking. Like, I guess you play next to LeBron, but like that's like your legacy isn't going to be improved at all. Like, people are still going to hate you.
Well, the thing too is like the only way to truly make this league like actually interesting, if we're talking about just one star going somewhere else, because if multiple guys are involved, obviously it gets a little crazy. But if one guy were to leave one team and join the other, the only way it really impacts the league now is if it's a guy on the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Truly, because it's, I mean, we already said it once this episode where it's like, Warriors in 5, doesn't matter who they play. But you take KD off that team, well, that's the team essentially with Boogie Cousins that lost to LeBron in Cleveland. So, they can lose. Boogie's, injury prone, Steph's injury prone. But, I mean, KD's like their safety net.
It turns into, if Kevin Durant leaves, it turns into the Warriors, not the Warriors that everyone expects to win, but a Warriors team that everyone's going to question and be like, oh, like they might actually lose now. And that's not something that we've heard in a couple of years. So it would make things absolutely interesting. And even if like Kevin Durant leaves, even if Klay Thompson and Draymond Green, and it's still Steph, Kevin Durant, like I still think people would say that like that team can still be beaten. I think like once one big guy like Kevin Durant leaves, or two like core guys like Klay Thompson, Draymond Green leaves, that's just going to mess everything up. And then the stuff will start to change in the NBA. The tide will turn. Hopefully.
Yeah, the only time will tell.
Yeah.
Moving off of the Warriors, kind of going to another team in California, the Lakers. Lonzo Ball getting some time ever since Rondo decided to just beat the brakes off of CP3. Lonzo's been playing like so much better, and like the only thing that's really changed about him, like he hasn't changed his jump shot or anything. The only thing that's changed about him is like off the court. Like LeVar Ball, you don't hear anything from anymore, which is honestly upsetting because he's one of my favorite humans on this planet. Like him and Kanye just cooking stuff. Anyways, he got a tattoo sleeve. He broke up with his girlfriend after having a kid with him like 2 months later, and he cut the afro. Afros are terrible in the NBA. Like Lonzo cuts it. Yeah, Kyrie
cut it, and he drops 30 points. I mean,
literally,
it's first, I guess.
Kyrie just needed a haircut. Lonzo just needed. You ever get a really good haircut? Like if you're going to a wedding or something, you're going to like an event,
and you feel like
a new man.
New man, exactly. I'm a huge believer in that stuff. That's my guy went and was like, I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna get mines, and now he's balling out, and he is playing really well. It's annoying because he's a Laker, and me being a Celtics fan, I just want him to not play well. I want him to be fine. I just don't want him to be good enough to win anything.
Yeah.
And he looks like one day he's going to be good enough to win something, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I think with Lonzo Ball, like it always didn't make sense to me when Rondo would be starting over him, because I feel like just like the way that team, like the direction you want to head down with all those young guys developing next to LeBron, like you want to give him as much playing time as possible and time next to LeBron. Yeah, I think that's just the best thing for him, like to get better.
The only thing I think they were going with that is like instead of a 6-man, they're gonna have him and Kuzma come in as a 6-man like together, because they wanted like them to play as much together as well as LeBron. So like instead of just one guy coming off the bench, like we'll have Lonzo and Kuzma come together kind of like as a package, because Rondo obviously isn't a slouch. Like he knows how to play NBA basketball very well. So you're not really losing anything not starting Lonzo. Like there's more to gain when they come together in a way, like just chemistry wise.
No, I get it. And plus, like the dude added like 20 pounds of muscle. Like he significantly looks much bigger than he did last year. So I mean, that helps too. I don't know. I just think like if they want him to progress more and they want him to like be their point guard of the future, he just needs to play. He just needs to start and just get more of experience. Like last night, 2 nights ago against the Timberwolves, like he wasn't playing during clutch time. It was Rondo, and I was like, why wouldn't Lonzo be playing right now? I feel like for him,
especially in the beginning of the regular
to
season,
just get that experience, like playing those clutch minutes and just like getting that time on the court would just helps a player significantly in their growth. But like I said, that's how I think about that.
Maybe it's just me like not giving the Lakers. Maybe it's me giving the Lakers too much credit, but I kind of think this is like a long play by Walton because I think Walton's a better coach than people think he is. I think he knows a lot about basketball.
He's been around basketball his whole life.
And we're talking about a team that wasn't necessarily like the Lakers haven't been good. You know what I mean? They've been talented, but young and not good. And I think his idea is to play Rondo as much as he can so Lonzo can watch, almost like sitting a quarterback behind someone. But I do think that at some point in the season, and it's got to be before Christmas, Lonzo needs to get the majority of the playing time. If you're planning, because I agree with you, Dante, if you're going to try to, advance his growth, he needs to play. And Rondo can teach him from, coming off the bench and just practice.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I understand that with Rondo too, because Rondo's he's kind of like a player coach. Like by the time he's done, he could easily become an NBA coach because he's just such a high basketball IQ and he just knows what's going on always. And I get Lonzo kind of being behind him and getting to learn from him. But I think that can work both ways. He can learn from him even if Rondo's coming off the bench. But eventually, this is an experimental year for the Lakers anyway. No one expects them to do anything this year. It's just
they're just waiting for that next max spot.
Yeah, exactly. They're just waiting for a superstar to come to LA. This is more of just having LeBron have fun, having LeBron or fun, quote unquote. He's not having fun right now, but just having LeBron just do what he wants, and then having the young guys progress, and then when a superstar comes, that's when the expectations will become higher, and hopefully they'll want to win.
Yeah, it's a mess around with lineups while you wait for one more piece here. That's what this is.
I said this before the season. It was this team is just the Cavs of the West in a harder conference.
Yeah.
It's literally what that.
Yeah. I mean, you just don't have the extra all-star in Kevin Love. That's it. You just got a bunch of young guys, but that is a very good comparison.
Speaking of the Cavs, Ty Lue out after an 0-6 start, and the game after he gets fired, the Cavs get their first win. So I know causation isn't correlation, but
it was a tough situation. I mean, if we're gonna be completely honest, Ty Lue
stinks.
He really they showed his win-loss record since being in Cleveland, but let's not act like that's not LeBron's win-loss record. Yeah. That's LeBron's win. That's all of his wins. Tyronn Lue, I'm not trying to crap on him or anything like that, but he's not a good coach. I'm sorry, but his time in Cleveland lasted too long, and I knew that once LeBron left, his time wasn't really going to be. He wasn't going to last too long in Cleveland.
Does he have a Coach of the Year award?
I don't think so.
If he does, I'm going to lose my mind.
I don't think he does. If he does, then he should give that to LeBron and have him put that on his mantle because Ty Lue does not deserve that.
LeBron use that as a doorstop.
Ty Lue does not have a coach.
All right, we're good. You want an ESPY.
And that's
yes.
Well, that's something, I guess,
for a coach.
He was the All-Star Game head coach.
That doesn't mean anything. An All-Star Game, if you're not if you have the best record, but if you were the head coach the year before, you can't be it 2 years in a row. You know what I mean? So that's stupid. That doesn't count for anything. Get out of here.
To me, this is just one Cleveland franchise learning from the mistakes of another. The Browns waiting way too long to fire Hugh Jackson. I think the Cavs were we need to get out in front of this. We know it's coming.
They got to do it before it's too late. Honestly.
Yeah, they got out. It's like jumping out ahead of a story. That's what they did. They knew it was coming. So before the media could write about how they were a sinking ship, they got a scapegoat in their terrible head coach. I mean,
they don't have an intern yet. An interim.
Yeah, I think Larry Drew. They wanted him, but he wants an extension. I was thinking Rick Pitino once back in the NBA.
Yeah,
I was thinking maybe maybe he comes in.
I think they're looking for Avery Johnson, like the old Nets guy.
I think they just got to tank for Zion and just try to make him the next LeBron James, market the shit out of him, make as much money off him as they can, and then just build around him because.
The smarter pick would be RJ Barrett, but I could see that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, exactly. Like RJ Barrett probably will be the first overall pick, or he should be the first overall pick. But if Cleveland's in that position, it wouldn't shock me. I think Ty. I think you said that they were your sleeper to be like the 8th seed in the East.
Yeah,
I was the prediction. I'm not trying to crap you. Wrong, but like
I'll do that.
Like
not to bring up that time you were an idiot.
I didn't want to say it like that.
I mean, last year I said the Rockets were gonna be a 6 seed. Just I was just shooting my shot in the dark.
Sometimes it'd be like that, but I think the Cavaliers at this point, like Kevin Love's gonna be out a month. Like just tank for Zion. It's just they're not gonna make the playoffs, and if they do, they're not gonna make it by anyone. Like just let it happen. Just let it happen.
If they make the playoffs, then there's like the teams who don't make it.
Should be ashamed of them. Should be ashamed of them. Absolutely.
Although I'm not gonna lie, I could see the Wizards just like falling apart.
And what are they? Are they 1-6? Dude, they're just missing Dwight Howard. That's all it is.
Oh, I bet he's coming back.
They just need him, and then they're fine. All right.
Yeah, speaking of slow starts, like we said, the Wizards off to a very slow start after Austin Rivers. Their coach literally told them, what's his name? Why is it Scott Brooks? Is that the coach?
Scott Brooks, yeah.
Yeah. Told every one of the Warriors, just like, don't talk to the media about anything. Don't set expectations. And the day after, not even a day after, it was like the press conference after the practice, Austin Rivers is like, everyone's sleeping on us. We're going to be way good.
Oh,
and they're 1-6. Austin Rivers gets a comeback video for the LA Clippers. If you don't think Doc was involved in that to begin with, like you are absolutely.
Did he really?
Yeah. He got at the end of the first quarter, he had a 2.5-minute tribute video. Who could
what? He had like a handful of good games. Maybe he had a couple good games in the playoffs. It was just clips of those games. That was it.
The Austin Rivers era of Clippers basketball is one that nobody could forget.
And it's like at the end it says thanks for everything, and then Doc Rivers below it.
Thanks for everything. 400 record.
I didn't know they made a tribute for him. That's so stupid.
I love it. I love
it. Well, didn't the Atlanta Hawks make a tribute for Dwight Howard after his 1 year there or something like that too?
Did they?
I think they did. It was like a quick little thing, but like it's like I hate when teams do that, bro. It's like did Isaiah Thomas ever get his tribute video?
He got hurt. No. He got hurt when he went to the
LA.
He was. They already played a home game at LA.
Poor guy didn't even get his tribute video yet.
They'll get it this year.
But another team that's kind of they're 4-4, but another team that's at least off to a slow start as part of like people's expectations of the Sixers. Like everyone was considering them being the second best team to the Celtics. I mean, the Celtics are only the third best team in the East right now if we're going by record. But the Philadelphia 76ers are only the 6th seed. Like, I don't know. I mean, besides Simmons and Embiid and JJ Redick, like nothing's just been working for them, I don't think.
I have a bunch of Sixers fans here, like I'm just friends with.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like blind to the fact that they're only a 2, maybe 3 person roster. I'm like, you guys have Embiid and Simmons, very good basketball players. You have 0 people other than that. They're like, oh, Saric and Covington and JJ Redick. I'm like, congrats. Guess what the Celtics have? Better role players.
To them, those are good players. Yeah. But like when you actually see them play, like they can have good games, but like they're not consistent enough for them to be a threat. At least like they haven't. They're 4-4. Like they haven't proven to be that yet. And Markelle Fultz, like I think I love Markelle Fultz and I'll always be a fan of his, but he still needs to get better. Like, yeah, right now he stinks. Like he hasn't found his role yet. He hasn't found his footing. Like once he starts getting it going, that's when I think they'll take that next step. But like even then, like I don't know. I don't think they have enough to really compete with like a Toronto who is disgusting.
Well, also, I mean, Ben Simmons is still a coward.
Yeah. He said, "Don't expect me to shoot threes, bro."
Come on,
You're like it's the NBA. How can you not?
Dude, he has played. You ready for this? He has played 88 NBA games. He averages 0.13 attempts.
And that was because of a half-court shot. That was because of a half-court shot against the Celtics game.
Yeah. Imagine if that went into. Oh my god.
It's wild. He does everything on the basketball court with his right hand. Like you even see when he's doing like those summer workout videos in that New York gym. Like he's dunking with his right hand. He's doing everything with his right hand, passing with his right hand, and then he even does like some mid-range shots with his right hand. He goes up like a righty, then twists it across his body to go left.
So weird.
And it doesn't go in.
Line. I hate it.
Lonzo's shot's weird. Yeah, it goes in. Sean Marion's shot's weird. It went
Markel Fultz's shot too. Like whoever the shooting coach is on that team needs to be
send him to the moon. Like God.
like strap a rocket to that guy and send him off of this planet because that guy just shouldn't. That baffles me that people have a job like that type of person has a job like because he is not doing his job right.
Watching the 76ers shoot basketballs for me is like being an old person listening to new music. It's like this isn't basketball.
If I was a coach, if I was a Sixers coach and I had to sit through their practice, watch them go through shooting drills, I would want to throw up. I would not be able to sit through that every day.
I don't think they do shooting drills.
They can't. No, they obviously don't. I mean, we see it on the court. They don't.
Anyways, another team that is off to a rough start, Houston Rockets. I said adding Melo was subtraction by addition.
And this is where you can make fun of me because I said they were going to be the second best team in the West. So I mean, you can kind of give it back to me there.
They'll turn it around.
Okay. Let's be a little fair. Okay, with the whole fight, like they got the suspension.
Loved that.
Loved it. Yeah, I loved it. And James Harden's hurt. He's hurt right now. So I mean, they've just had an unfortunate string of events so far to start the year. And Melo, I mean that's the only thing I'll say. He sucks. Like it's so sad too seeing him decline so quickly. Like just from New York.
It's not gradual like Dirk was.
Now it's really sad to see because like just seeing a superstar like that just sucks so bad. Like it's tough. It's tough. I mean, they could always turn it around. Like, they've only played 6 games. So we're acting like it's the end of the season, but like, it's really tough. It really is.
You're not wrong though. All right, you said what they were going to be the second best team in the West.
Yeah, that was my prediction.
Dude, you're not far off. I mean, they're only 14th. It's not that far.
Out of 15 in the West,
they're only 13.
Second worst team.
That's
another team, though. I mean, yes. I mean, watching Melo play basketball is almost kind of like painful now, but that just happens, and I think they can get him to a point where he can still contribute without taking up too much court time away, taking court time away from guys who actually should be on the court. It's just going to take a while to get to that point, I think. Like, at least the All-Star break. I mean, Houston's going to have a lot. They have a lot to figure the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, Carmelo Anthony is starting right now, too.
Which is your first problem. Why is he seeing time? Joe Green isn't.
Well, all right. Well, I looked at the shooting stats last night. Gerald Green shot 1 for 10 too. Everybody shot bad. Gerald Green shot 1 for 10. Like, I don't know that he's starting because Harden's out, but like, I don't know. It's
everyone's back from the fight, right?
Yeah,
like Brandon Ingram.
Yeah. Brandon Ingram played against Minnesota.
I love that fight. That was my favorite Twitter moment of the year.
Everything still like 1-5 that's just really
tough. Better starts. I'll admit.
And it's not like some of the games have been close. Like they've been blown out a couple times too. I think it's not even like some of the games have been close.
Yeah, like a kills with the Pelicans. That was the first game of the year. They had everybody. What was their excuse there?
I think they lost. I don't know what the score was last night, but I'm pretty sure they lost by. They lost by 20 to the Clippers on Friday. Lost by 19 to the Trailblazers on Tuesday. Like,
not good.
At least they don't lose close games. Like close games. Like if they lose, they're gonna just get killed. Like
there has only been one loss that has been within single digits, and that was against the Clippers in 3 points. Every other loss has been by double digits.
Jeez.
That's incredible.
What's the point differential?
Let me look.
Houston. This is so funny.
Differential. Negative. Oh,
it just says a lot.
You ready for this? -10.3, which is the third worst in the NBA, behind the Phoenix Suns and the Washington Wizards. That sucks. That really sucks for them.
Another team that was supposed to start out hot, kind of similar to Houston, it's the Thunder. They kind of turned around. They had 2 wins, I think, 2-4 or something. Yeah. They just started the year slow, and then that Celtics game they looked really good. They lost because they just
Russ was out the first 3 games.
Yeah, they'll be fine. I think they could get even 2, maybe 1, depending if the Warriors want to try. It's but who's their coach?
Billy Donovan.
Billy Donovan, yeah. He's on a hot seat, I think. If you're you let him play without Melo for a bit, see what that happens. I'd say they underperformed last year a little bit, but that was the first year with him. Now you have Paul George back, especially. If they don't do all too hot by Christmas, I think he's out of there.
Well, they're 2-4 now. They were projected to be the second, third best team in the West. They did start off slow. I mean, the game against the Celtics, they easily could have won that, but the Celtics just came back in the second half, and the Thunder just couldn't score down the stretch to end the game. But no, I think they'll be okay. I mean, if they start off 0-4, if they continue to lose, I think Billy Donovan would have definitely been out of there. But I think he's good for now. If they don't get a positive record by Christmas, or they just remain average, I can definitely see him being on the hot seat. But I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if they'll fire him, because he's a good players coach. I think a lot of the players like him, so it's hard to fire a coach like that. It's not like he's just a bad coach and he just doesn't relate to the players. The players like him, and if you fire a coach like that, that would piss off a lot of players.
I mean, the Raptors fired Dwayne Casey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens in the NBA. Stuff like that can happen, but who knows?
Dwayne Casey wins Coach of the Year over Brad Stevens, and then proceeds to get out-coached.
He gets fired and still wins the award.
Proceeds to get out-coached back-to-back games against Brad Stevens. It's those games. The first one's a blowout. There's nothing you can do about that. The second one's a close game. Yeah, the Celtics have more talent in their roster, but it's you're right there. You could coach that team to win. That's what Brad Stevens does in close games.
Mm-hmm.
Just infuriating. That's the only thing that was in my mind the whole time. This guy won Coach of the Year with Brad Stevens.
I don't know. We don't have to get into the whole Coach of the Year thing, but it just baffles me how Brad Stevens hasn't won that award yet. It's just since he's been in the league, he's just gotten progressively better, and then you have Dwayne Casey taking him just because they had a better regular season record. That meant anything in the playoffs.
Yeah. But I feel other coaches are always praising him too.
Yeah.
In the media, literally people are always yeah, Brad Stevens, guy's a fucking genius. It's crazy. And yet he never gets that from anyone but the players and the coaches. It's strange.
That's Defensive Player of the Year. If they say that this person is the best person that played defense on me. They were saying that for Avery Bradley when he was in Celtics, and he didn't even get second team all defense. Damian Lillard's no, this is the hardest person that'll ever cover me. And then there's all the media's I don't know. He let up 70 points to Devin Booker in a game he didn't play.
Oh my gosh, bro!
All right.
When Chris Richard said that shit, and he was
he's not wrong. Avery Bradley could do nothing to stop Devin Booker.
He couldn't stop in that game because he didn't play. Can't stop someone on the bench, you idiot.
On the flip side, teams that started out hot: Bucks, Raptors, Warriors, and even the Nuggets.
The Nuggets, that's my team.
For real.
I told you that's my team.
5-1. I think they're the third best defense in the league right now.
That's my second favorite team in the league, bro. I think that team, when they get IT back and Michael Porter's healthy and he gets going, that team is going to be awesome. But yeah,
is Millsap back?
Yeah, he's back. He hasn't really been playing crazy, but he's Paul Millsap. You know what I mean? He's not going to put up crazy numbers. But Jokic is playing. I think last night he had close to another triple-double. He had a triple-double already this year.
Simmons had one with turnovers.
He did.
People forget.
He was smiling in that picture they posted. Got the loss, but got the triple-double anyways.
Raptors. They're good, a very good basketball team.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, everyone forgot how good Kawhi Leonard was, man. He's going to be a candidate for MVP, defensive player of the year. Like he's a one of a kind player. Like he's just unbelievable. And you got Danny Green who can shoot. Kyle Lowry who's having a good year so far. He's getting a lot of assists. I think he's leading the leading assists right now. And you got Valanciunas, Siakam. Siakam, I don't know how you pronounce that name.
Siakam,
yeah, Siakam, Serge Ibaka. Like they got some nice pieces around that team. Van Vliet, like they got a good bench. And I mean, we played them, they beat us. I mean, they're 7-1. They're a good team. They're a good team. There's nothing you can take away from them.
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi's averaging like 27 points a game, shooting 50, 44, 91. Like the
robot is back.
No, when he was healthy, he was a top 3 player in the NBA.
Oh yeah.
No discussion. The only discussion was whether if he was the second or third best player with Kevin Durant. Like that was the only argument. And then he gets hurt, just like with anything else. Like Gordon Hayward got hurt, and people forgot that he was an all-star averaging 22 points. They forget Kawhi Leonard was this good, and then he comes back, and then he does all this stuff, and I was like, oh my god, like he's so good. It's like, no, he's been good.
Yeah, like, people just literally didn't get to see him play basketball, and they were like, that guy, I don't remember him.
How do you say his name? Copley?
Like, I think if the Raptors manage to, I have a feeling the finals is going to end up being Raptors-Celtics in the conference finals, and I have a feeling that
7 games.
If Toronto beats the Celtics, that I mean, if those events unfurl, then he will have had to be both MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, and I think that could happen. Like,
has anybody done that
nightmare? It's just a nightmare in my head.
Maybe Hakeem,
Bill Russell,
Hakeem, maybe Michael Jordan. I know Michael Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know if he won it the same year as an MVP year. I'm not sure about that actually. I'll look that up.
Gary Payton.
Gary Payton. I don't know if he's won MVP.
Is the only point guard. Oh wait, that's so wrong. So wrong.
We got David Robinson, Kevin Garnett, Michael Jordan, and Hakeem Olajuwon. So I guess 2 of them.
But only Jordan and Olajuwon won both in the same
time. Oh, the same time. Yes. There you go. So yeah, I did get him right. Haha.
Wait, KG was MVP one year?
He won when he was in Minnesota. He won MVP.
01 or something maybe?
Yeah. 01, 03? Oh, something like that. One of those years when the Minnesota Timberwolves were good.
When I was 3. Like
when I was 3.
And the last team is the Bucks. Giannis is out with a concussion, like last game against the Raptors, but also Kawhi didn't play, so can't really
But he's playing tomorrow against the Celtics. So.
I was gonna say, didn't he clear protocol?
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah, he was like, I never had a head injury before, so I didn't know how to deal with it.
So I just
I don't even know if he really even had a concussion. He just probably just had a headache or something. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to play.
He has like a bump on his head. Like,
I don't feel good. It's like, oh no, you don't have a concussion. You're fine. But no, he's good.
I don't really know if this is a serious team or not. Like, I don't know. There's just, you can't really read them. Like, yeah, they're 7-0 or whatever, but
it's really Giannis and Chris Middleton. Like Chris Middleton is shooting. I think he's shooting 60, at least 50% from 3. I saw he was shooting 66% at some point, but that was 2 games ago. I don't know if he's still shooting like that. And then Giannis, who's playing out of his mind.
An NBA player.
Yeah. So I mean, if Giannis is playing at the level he is, and he makes everyone around him better, like they got Brooke Lopez, Eric Bledsoe. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. They definitely won't keep it up. I don't think. Like I think they'll slowly start to. Other teams will catch up to them and be above them in the standings. But I mean, for what it is right now, I mean, they're playing like a serious contender. They look like.
Yeah, I mean, they also, other than the Pacers, like who have they played? They got to play the Timberwolves twice. They played the Knicks, the Sixers.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like with the Pistons were 4-0, and then they actually played an NBA team in the Celtics. Now they're 4-2. So it's like we'll see what happens when they play us. Like they beat Toronto, but Kawhi was out. So was Giannis, but Kawhi was out.
Why do the Celtics always have to be the team that like everyone decides if they're real or not against? This is so annoying.
Because we're the team that has the most expectations. Everyone's always looking at us. That's why. I mean, we're 5-2 for what it is. I mean, we lost to Toronto, which is fine. We lost to a good team. The only bad game, we lost to the Magic, and we couldn't shoot for shit. Like that's the only really bad thing. I mean, we've won 3 straight games, so I don't know. Celtics are fine.
I'm not worried about that team.
Not at all.
Let's wrap up the show with some talk about the Celtics because all 3 of us are Celtics fans. They're 5-2 now after
5-2. Yep.
5-2.
They had a hard schedule,
games.
like to begin with. They always do. Like last year, they had 3 games the first 4 days. This year, they started off first game 76ers, second game Toronto. Then you get the Magic, which you should have beat, and you get Detroit back to back.
We played the Knicks too. Like we played 3 straight division games. Lost a shitty game to the Magic, and then played the Pistons.
Yeah, you drop those throughout the year, though. Like that happens.
And it's
then
like the Knicks was a close game.
And then you get Giannis tomorrow. Like, where's our layup games, like the Hawks and the Kings and whatever?
Yeah, I know. And plus, like injuries have like Aaron Baines might not sound like a big injury to like people that aren't Celtics fans, but like I like just watching him. He just fits so well with our team, and he makes such a difference for our team and what we do. So that hurt when he was out. And then Jaylen Brown has a foot injury now. Like, God, please take my foot. Like, don't be starting this right now, please. Like, I don't want this shit to happen this early. Daniel Tice is in a boot for 2 weeks. Like, we just can't get lucky with injuries, man. Like, we just always get screwed over with that. I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's not great.
I don't know. I mean, they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year with Terry Rozier running the offense. Like,
yeah.
And I love Terry. Terry is he's going to get paid, and I'm very happy for him.
Yeah,
I love
it.
But, like, we had Kyrie on the bench. We had Hayward literally unable to walk. Like, I'm confident Stevens will figure it out. And we have enough depth now
to absolutely
continue, I think. So,
do you guys think that the Celtics will be the team to pay? Like, obviously, there's going to be plenty of teams that are going to offer him a big contract. Do you think
no, he's gone.
They'll match it?
We shouldn't trade him or Marcus Morris unless it's for Anthony Davis because they're pieces that are gonna leave, but you still need them for this year. Like if you're gonna try to win this year, don't leave them. Like you're gonna risk not having a good return, I guess, because if they're gonna leave, why does the well get something out of it? But I wouldn't even touch an offer that doesn't have Anthony Davis for those two at least. And even then, he's a free agent this off season. Like you don't know if he's gonna resign or whatever. You have Kyrie coming off the books, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. It's just we don't have enough money, which is so sad.
I know, but this is how I look at it, right? Since this guy has been in Boston, Danny Ainge has treated this kid like his son.
Yeah, that's the only thing that's
no any trade shot down, not going anywhere. So it's so hard to imagine Danny Ainge at least not trading him to get something back. There's just no way he lets him walk. I know he's gonna get $20 million from the Phoenix Suns or the Orlando Magic or something like that, but I just can't see it. I just really can't see Danny Ainge letting him go like that. If we can't to win in this league, you got to go into the luxury tax. That's just look at the Warriors. What are they $100-200 million deep into the luxury tax?
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah, it's we have if you want to win and you want to do that, you have to go into luxury tax and pay your guys. And like you said, I only want to trade Rozier if it's a sign and trade for a superstar like Anthony Davis. I don't think it'll happen because Anthony Davis is there's no fair trade that the Pelicans will get back because Anthony Davis is arguably one of the third best player in the league, going to be one of the best big men of all time that hasn't even entered his prime yet. That's just scary alone. But I don't know. I think he's going to come back on the team. I think we're going to give him the money. I might be the only one saying that, but I will stand by that, and I will ride or die with him.
He could take a cut, if they don't win the championship this year, and be like, dude, we were so close on maybe a 2-year deal or something, or a 1-year deal, and just test free agency next year, because I think the cap's going to take another spike in 2021. It's looking like it's like how the 16 or 15, it's just crazy numbers. I think it's gonna do even crazier. Like 2 years, like, hey, maybe test it then. Like, remember how loyal I was to you, blah blah blah. Like the NBA is a business first and foremost. So if you're gonna get your money, then get the money. I'm not gonna judge him.
Absolutely. No, I mean, if we offered him extension. I think the number that was being thrown around, it was rumored, was he got offered a $12 million contract, like a 4-year, $12 million per year. And of course, you say no to that. Like Terry Rozier is going to make starter money. Like, he can be a starter on those teams, like the Suns or the Magic, or even, I don't know, there may be a couple other teams. Yeah, Pelicans, a couple other teams that could offer him that and he could start on. And of course, he should want to wait and see his options and try to get that money, because he will. And why wouldn't you want to make $20 million a year as a 20-something-year-old kid?
I mean, Terry Rozier just got the bag from Puma,
and he's got money from Puma. Like, this guy
confirmed bag getter.
This guy can have so much money coming in, endorsements, like, because he's becoming more and more popular around the league. Like, it's a smart business decision for him to want to get that money. I just hope the Celtics give it to him. That's just my hope.
Oh, I'd love
when the time comes.
I'd love that.
I mean, we have to bring back Morris too, and then
Morris
Al Horford. He's gonna have to get a new contract. I think he has a player option next year. I don't know if he'll accept it.
He's here for 1 more year, then I think he's out of here unless he takes a significant pay cut.
I think he'll take a little bit of a pay cut. What is he making? 27, 28 mil a year. I think I can see him trying to make around like 20, 21. I mean, hopefully. I mean, that's what I would like to, but like, I still think he could go for like 20 mil. But like, I don't know what other teams would give him that much money either, too. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because I feel like he's one of those players that really works in the system, which is us. But like I said, when we go down that road, we'll get there.
Yeah, he's making 26 a year. How old is he?
Mook's also having career years statistically.
Granted, he's playing contract year,
but he's playing very well.
Contract year, yeah.
The best 7 years out of it.
I think he's been the most consistent player on the team so far this year.
Yeah.
Off the bench, like, he's just consistently put up. I don't think he's had a single digit game this year. I think he's always scored in double digits. Maybe not the best shooting numbers, but every game he's come in and he's provided some spark off the bench. And yeah, I mean, he's Marcus Morris. I love him. Everyone loves him. He's bench with attitude. He's the leader of that group.
I want, like, as much as I like Yabu, like, we should have never really picked up his
option. No, I think we picked him up in case we tried to like package him in a trade. Yeah. That's why I was thinking too. I was like, either we don't bring him back and just save that money for an extension, or we bring him back in hopes of trading him.
Dream scenario for me is we get rid of Yabu, we get rid of like Tice and Semi or something like that, and we just use that money to bring in Markieff Morris and keep Marcus Morris, because you have the Morris twins come off the bench. I mean, I'm sure Celtics fans would like hate it. Some of them would, because a lot of people hate Marcus Morris, and imagine just having a second version of Marcus Morris.
Rozier, Smart, 2 Morrises and Baines off the bench. Oh my gosh!
Next question,
dude, is this a hockey team? Jesus Christ!
The Celtics to begin with already like fighting more than they like basketball.
That lineup is out to kill people.
Fuck the ball. We're playing with knives. Like, guys, that would be awesome. I would love every second.
One hard foul, go 5 guys jumping in.
Ty, you just sparked something in my head. Now I want Markieff Morris in Boston.
I wrote an article over the summer for WTV. It's somewhere in the archives. And I was like, and then I had a lot of people reply like, who's this idiot? I'm like, well, my name is Tyler. Like, so
nice to meet you.
And I'm like, this is still a good idea, but people are dumb. Oh, anyways, any final thoughts? Red Sox World Series champs?
Shout out to the Red Sox. Wish I was at the parade today, but we'll be at the Celtics one. Don't worry. I'm not saying what year, but we'll be there.
You can count on that.
You can count on that.
Thanks, Matt, for hopping on.
Hey.
Definitely give his pod a listen live at the Middle Urinal. I had some appearances on it. It's always a good time. It's always just very fun. Yeah, like I lost that sentence halfway through.
It's fun.
We're
I got
both
a
just
notification-
watching you struggle.
I got a notification on my phone. I was trying to read it and talk, and I'm not a high IQ
Podcasts are
person.
fun, guys. Podcasts are fun.
That's
No, it's a good time. It's a good time. But yeah, check them out at Live at the Middle Urinal. Check Matt out at his own Twitter. I think it's like Matt_Hoff_.
Damn, nailed it.
I just looked at that a little bit ago. So I'm Ty_Miller35. Dante at Dante on deck. We will see you guys next week, and thanks for listening.
See you guys.
Bye.